I hope you can understand it has nothing to do with the case. There is no more case. Jeffrey Lacasse had a lot more reasons than just feeling it, but he put out a pretty strong case as to Wendi Adelson being an antisocial personality. And I would say that this is a family. I've talked about it before many, many times, that I believe that this is a family of antisocial personalities. And I want to thank Fanci Fiction. This is something she put up on her Twitter. And I know that I don't know if we've all seen it before. I certainly had, but, I really thought she made a really insightful point here about the text messages between Wendi and Donna. And so let's just take a look. This is from Fanci Fiction's Twitter. The link is in the description of this episode. So Wendi writes, "Dear Mom, I know you are upset by the verdict, but the anger at me is not justified. I am not responsible in any way for Charlie's situation." Isn't that funny? Well, we know, yes and no. Yes and no. Certainly you wanted it to happen. I hear different things from people. I think that Wendi was really the catalyst. I think she's very manipulative. I think everybody was on board with this idea. I just would love to know the day that this whole family decided to do this, decided that this was a great idea to leave her children, Donna and Harvey's grandchildren, without a father, that would be best. I am not guilty. Okay. She says, I am not responsible in any way for Charlie's situation. I am not guilty because I did not do anything wrong. And I was not involved in any way with Danny's death. So here we have all these admissions, what I perceive as admissions in the negative here. When I was interviewed by the police and testified in court, I told the truth. So a lot of gaslighting, as I was required to do. I cannot control how the prosecutor used my statements in Charlie's trial. Also, as you know, my lawyer has advised me not to talk to my family and anyone else about this case. I have followed this advice despite your disagreements with his guidance. Please do not text me about this case anymore. If you have anything further to say about this case, please go through our lawyer. Right now, I have to be singularly focused on taking care of the boys during this difficult time. So very much like what she said at the police station. I have to be with my parents. I have to get out of here as quickly as possible. I have to be with my parents. I'm not in my right mind. I need help parenting. And this is very much reads like a text message saying, hey, your text messages might be one-day evidence, which they were. And I'm not going to write anything incriminating. I'm only going to write things that make me look good. And if you listen to Charlie's wiretaps, very much the same thing. Well, he would talk very incriminate himself and then put in, well, I wasn't involved and you don't know anything and you're still working in the office, right, Katie? Type stuff. Remember that? So Fanci Fiction wrote, just really funny, just a normal mother-daughter text exchange. So perfect. And Donna writes back. So, and if you remember, the jailhouse calls between Charlie and Donna. So Charlie's really upset because he feels that Wendi really blew it by driving by the crime scene, buying the bullet bourbon or the bullet rye whiskey. Because anyone in their right mind, they're very in tune, these antisocial personalities, with how they're perceived. Anyone would look at that and say, she was making sure the job was done. This is a murder by hire. Why did she have to drive by, do this 3-point turn when the police catch her eye, and then lie about it on the stand? So Donna's not having it. So Donna writes back.
Oh, she writes back, okay, we have no desire to speak to you about the case. I guess Dad and I are just shocked that you don't think of coming to see us or even calling us.
So now Donna's playing the victim, right?
We are your parents. We are and have always been there for you and for the boys. We were especially there for you. You guys remember? You remember, Wendi, when we were there for you when you had that problem up north? We were all there for you. And now that our lives are ruined, you won't even call us. You won't see us. Your poor old Jewish mother. We are your parents. We are and have always had your best, have been there for you and the boys. None of what we wrote matters about the case. That's over. I just want you to know how many times Charlie is asking about you, about his darling baby sister. I mean, that's what she's saying. Your middle child, the middle child is asking about his baby sister. He just wants to know if you're okay. And you don't come around, not because you don't want to be associated with your criminal family, right? Okay. Back to the note. I'm improvising here. Okay. Back to the text. All right. Not only did you not ask us about, but not one question about Charlie. We will need to give you some information shortly, and we need some business assistant. Please. Now she gets like businesslike here. This is like her sincerely yours, Donna, your mother, part of the text. Please let us know if you can be of any help. If not, we will try to find someone who can help. This needs an immediate reply so I can start asking other people to help. Don't get nervous. Again, nothing in capital letters about the case. Just wanted to show you some business stuff and personal things. If you can't do it, we must find someone else who can, right? Even though they were very old and infirm and have done nothing but help you all our life and raise you and love you, we'll find someone else if we must. Wendi, someone else. That's what she means. I hope you can understand it has nothing to do with the case. There is no more case. By the way, you said you have to focus on the boys. Have you told them?
So Donna's not above using emotional manipulation when she has to. Very much like her daughter, just pretty interesting. Thank you, Fanci Fiction, for putting that together. You know, this was read out by Donna on the jailhouse calls, and Fanci put it together just as the text, as it was read. And you can really see Wendi covering all her bases, Donna kind of just emotionally using every emotional tactic that she can.
I genuinely don't think there's anything to gain by keeping him around.